Jackson's antique expert, the proprietor and founder of the Jackson Antique Mall, renowned auctioneer and one-time auctioneer of the year for the state of Michigan, Tim Boss. Hi, Tim.
Oh my gosh, Bart, you made me hungry. I see that slide and I thought, is this saliva? What? We'll have to go to lunch after this.
I know, isn't it neat working downtown where we can go?
Within walking distance. Yeah. There's anything you would need within walking distance in downtown Jackson currently.
Yep.
Yep. Yeah.
You're on a hot block right now. We've got the 200 right across the street from you.
Exactly.
And Production Realty recently opened next to you.
And then the D&D, and then of course our standby Gilbert's chocolates in case we go into an epileptic chocolate fit, right? Right. It's the bunny season, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, we surround ourselves with good neighbors.
Nice. Well, it is, as I mentioned, Easter Holy Week.
Yeah.
And as with all the holidays, it's an opportunity for collectors, gift givers, decor, decorators. There's a lot of Easter themed items.
Yep. And traditionally what we do see is anything related rabbit-wise, and you understand the roots of it are based in religion. But we do see some religious needs, whether they're books related to religion or pictures, photos, things like that. But our hopping thing right now is bunny stuff. But like in the theme of your reading, look at here. This is the most current item sought after by all age brackets because it's nostalgic driven, it's memory, and it's away from the electronics. Books, right? Books that are whimsical, light, good graphics, good condition. We have a lot of books down there right now, but currently the best sellers are children's related from the age 2 or 3 years old to 8 or 9-ish.
And some of these books, like some of the Dr. Seuss books, are out of print and they aren't going to ever be printed again because, well, they might not have been. They might not be politically
correct today. Yeah.
So,
and historical things though are really what they are. They're in the past, and they can stay there. But don't we need to understand about that kind of stuff to see where we've came today? So we always have been a very open-minded place to shop because this is just old stuff.
Right.
We didn't make it. We just present it.
It's not, and it wasn't our. We didn't. We didn't publish our previous generations, and it's part of history.
Part of history.
I agree.
That's right. Yeah. Right. So what we're seeing, other than our vinyl friend, who is still very, very popular, books are the #1 sellers currently right now. Other than our staples of postcards, I know you're always a fan of postcards. Textiles still very, very strong right now. In the mail-related theme, if I may say that. Things like toys. I brought you a little sample of John Deere from the Ertl Company. Little small collectible things that create nostalgia or print or early. Now, who would not love to get one of those?
Mr. Gilbert Niblo got this postcard from. Looks like
that actually went to the Niblo family.
Oh wow!
Yeah. That's part of my own little collection there because I knew sort of some of the history about that and So when they came into the shop, I thought, oh gosh, I know that name.
The toys really for a lot of people, it's just wanting something of their childhood. I remember like Buddy L. I had this blue Buddy L pickup when I was a little kid, and it's really a strong memory of my when I was just 8 or 9.
Well, we do base a lot of memory and a lot of our growth through how we treated our things, how we played with them, what we had, all that stuff. More tangible. Today, it's a societal of electronics, and I don't think they really understand some of the functions of how things are. They just see it. Where we're of the generation where we felt it, and we touched it, and we experienced it. I don't think they have that same sense of experience.
No, and I think about photographs because while we're in North Carolina with my sisters, we're going through some of my mom and dad's things like photos and touching them, and it's neat to see on a computer screen a picture of my parents' wedding, but actually touch the photo, the black and white print that I know was in their hands
Yes.
back in 1954.
Yes.
That means something.
Yes.
And
Yes. From the photographer, you chose, you were there, all those types of things that make the tangible side of it have a deeper memory other than a physical screen. And I was talking to Andy earlier, and I'm thinking to myself, you know, sometimes I overanalyze and overthink, but I think that at one point was viewed as a curse. Now I think it's a blessing.
Yeah. One of the things that we discovered was my dad collected stamps and coins, and he was, you know, he was not a serious collector, but he subscribed to editions, and like one of the things I brought, I wanted you to see. So this
Look at that.
first edition.
First edition.
What
First
do they
day
call it?
issue.
First
Yep.
day of issue stamp that was postmarked to Key West for obviously Ernest Hemingway, where he lived. But so somebody, and he bought these from somebody that created a print from the stamp and then the actual stamp postmarked on the first day of issue.
Yeah.
And to me, this is more meaningful because it was my dad's, and it was something that he liked to do. But there's some value. There's value in things like this too.
Yeah, yeah. The value is understanding that it is priceless because it has value to you.
Right.
I know that sounds interesting, but this was his choice, his personality, his decor, his way. But there are other people who seek the same type of things. Therefore, we started societies, associations, affiliations, groups. Collector people.
Right.
Yeah, there's no doubt. But we're also finding that some things are very limited in their appeal because they're generational. So we try to handle the things that are always multi-generational. A book has been around for hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of years. So that's multi-generational. Some things that are more time-related or fad-driven will come and go, supply and demand.
So here's another thing. I want to get your opinion of the value of this.
That's priceless.
Priceless. I was
Priceless.
hoping you'd say that.
Is this from the Smithsonian?
It's actually it's me.
Well, of course it's you.
It's me. Yeah.
Of course it's you.
So this was, it was black and white, but it was hand colored by the photographer or the artist.
Did you ever do that process in your
We
photography?
did. Yeah.
I thought so.
But color. That's really. It's relatively new. You know, before 1950, you'd be hard pressed to find color photographs.
Sure.
Yeah, the film,
hand colored.
Yeah, like movies. They weren't in color before the 40s. So
Yeah.
yeah.
That's an heirloom right there.
Yeah, and you know what else? Something else that it's because of the season. It's spring cleaning and garage sale season.
Yeah. Yes, it is. Yeah.
So you'll probably have people that will be discovering things in their basements or attics.
That's right. I'll tell you, it's so very interesting. As a general rule, due to city ordinances, we cannot buy off the streets. But we do take names and numbers, and we try to select a dealer that could be, one, trustworthy and have some integrity for them to deal with it separately outside the antique mall. And we make a lot of connections that way. But yeah, our place is very full right now. I've done some creative things in the window and throughout the shop, but that place is busy on the weekends.
People come from
Busy on the weekends.
long distance to go. It's like there are people, this is their thing. This is what they do on the weekends.
Yeah, they antique or they thrift or whatever the term is now. And it's just a bunch of secondhand stuff here, But hey, that's fun. That's fun. We like it. We're good.
For Easter baskets, I know you've got dealers in the mall.
Yep. Anything can be an Easter basket from Czechoslovakian.
Oh my
we can
gosh.
turn our pails into Easter baskets, or a functional salt and pepper shaker on your Easter table, or you can listen to your vinyl. Right. Or the infamous Beanie Baby,
Oh, the Beanie Baby.
right?
Yeah.
But who doesn't love a Beanie Baby?
The Beanie, what's the guy's name? Ty.
Ty.
Oh, yeah, Ty. He has expensive, high-end hotel in California that he shut down before COVID, and he has not reopened it.
Yeah.
And I think it's Santa Barbara, they're furious because it's a 5-star property that's just sitting vacant, but he can afford it.
Yeah.
That's how much money he made on this stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. A kind of a self-generated market, but hey, it did well and people love it. And
They still make them and they still sell them?
they still do. Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah.
People were buying these like, I remember they'd go to the store and they'd buy
Them all up, and then 20,000 people in line wouldn't have an opportunity because somebody else bought them all up.
Yeah.
Supply and demand.
What's today's Beanie Baby? Like, what are the kinds of things people are doing, buying off the shelves like that, hoping that they can cash in years down the road?
I couldn't tell you that other than Pokemon is like still the thing, you know, right now. And Pokemon has a little age to it already. And it's interesting, the 6 to 8-year-olds that come in and say, do you have Pokemon cards? And we say, oh, well, and they're out the door they go. Either you have it or you don't. You know what I mean? And they're up on all that stuff. Just drive around in the town and you'll see everybody doing Pokemon, because we're a gym sometimes. I don't know, I've never played a game on my phone, but I guess the Antique Mall is a Pokemon gym.
Well, I think downtown we see it goes in waves. Baseball cards.
Baseball cards are still very strong. Vinyl's still very, very strong. Things related to specific events. We're seeing paper, some ephemera coming back, as long as it has some form of provenance or history to it, which links it to a event or a well-known name. So paper coming back. I'm not a real fan of paper, but it is there.
Now,
It is
besides Easter, the bunny and candy stuff, it's of course religious holiday with a lot of religious artifacts and significant
We're
items.
selling a lot of rosaries right now.
Oh.
Yeah.
My mom had a lot of rosaries, but they were all in, like they broke at some point.
Yeah.
And so there's pieces of rosaries.
But they're active, right?
Yeah.
You participate with them, and you're engaging, you know. And some collectibles, like the Beanie Babies, were basically not engaging. You couldn't do much with them other than leave them in the box, or you know. Today, it's a touchy-feely sort of a generation. They come through and they're touching like everything because they're kind of becoming tactile people now all of a sudden. That's part of the experience because they
like the
experience.
photographs. You know, everybody has them on their phone and they're not printing them. They're printing them on cheap paper and they're going to fade and they're not going to last. I'm worried that our history is going to be lost because it's not going to end up in someone's shoebox. Down the road, it's going to be gone.
Yeah, it is a disposable society as well. Yeah.
So you've got a lot of dealers with all kinds of things for Easter, and what are your hours this week?
This week we're open all the way through Saturday till 5:30, and then Sunday we will be closed in lieu of the holiday, and then Monday we start back up again. But we're still 7 days a week, 36 years.
Another reason to come down is check out the window display because how often do you do the windows?
I do it every 2 weeks.
Okay, so every 2 weeks a brand new window display and it's fantastic.
Yeah.
So stop by, corner of Jackson and Pearl. Great to see you. Happy Easter.
Thank you. Same to you, Bart. Yep.
From the Jackson Antique Mall, Tim Boss. Well, next